Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone in Facebook and YouTube land. We're here with another Learning with Line 6. My name is Ross. I'm one of the product specialists. And today we're going to take you through the mighty Badonk model. This is a fascinating amp model for me because it just does so much stuff. And we're going to go through a bunch of that tonight. So hope everyone is well. Let's get the awkward bit out of the way, make sure the levels are cool. So this is what my voice sounds like. This is what the guitar sounds like. Hopefully that all works out. William De Silva is here. Good morning. I'm in the UK, so it's evening. So there we go. And hopefully the sound's all right. And I'm going to fill for a minute and make it really awkward because there's a delay. So let's do that. Epic. Hopefully, Eric, that means it's all good. So, Badonk. Where did the Badonk come from? So, as I understand it, it was originally in some of the older units, the big bottom model, which was essentially just brutal amounts of gain, huge low end, great for kind of extended scale guitars and stuff like that. William says, I need a rev store in my life. Yes, you do. Go get one. They're awesome. And that is what I'm using tonight. We'll talk about that in a minute. So the big bottom, massive amounts of gain. And when we redid everything for Helix and HX modeling, we made some tweaks. And it's essentially kind of, it has the soul and the vibe of that, but well, I believe with a different power stage. But the controls are just so powerful, and you can get a ton of different stuff. So if you saw the little advert for this, you'll have seen from Meshuggah to Mayer. I can't play any Meshuggah, and I'm definitely not John Mayer, but we'll have a go at seeing kind of what we can get out of this. So I've created 8 snapshots. I've thrown the preset up for you on custom tone, so you can go and download that, have a play around. This will work, obviously, with Stomp or Stomp XL and Pod Go. Because I've got the 8 snapshots in there, you won't be able to get those, but you'll get the idea. So so there we go. I'm going to try and keep an eye on the comments while switching screens. Cristiano said the Badonk for me is identical to Diesel Herbert. Okay, cool. I have heard a Herbert in a very odd situation. Yeah, totally. Always love Line 6 amp. They'll sound amazing. Yes, Dylan, the Line 6 original amps sound fantastic. Samuel Revstar, yes, Revstar. I'd like to have an angle Powerball simulation on HX. There's the Fireball. So kind of a similar circuit. Right. I digress. So guitar tonight. For brutal metal, probably not the one that you would choose, but yeah, this is the Revstar, the RSS02T. It's awesome. Some of the best P90s I've ever heard. This is the newer model, and we have the focus switch on this. I may kick that in and out on a couple of these sounds. It's essentially kind of a bit like a mid boost idea, but you'll hear it anyway. So single coils with the brutal metals. So let me just share my screen so you can see what's happening. There we go. Boom. Right. So that's what snapshot 1 looks like. Now I've named all of these. So if you do have a floor or a rack, you'll be able to get in there. Make sure the screen's all right there. That's better. There we go. This is stock. So I've done nothing with the bias or the bias X. The rest of it you will see is all on snapshots. The cab is one of the new cabs, so you'll need the latest firmware for this. If you don't have that, go get it. It's incredible, but totally stock. This is literally, you click on the model and this is what it comes out at. I have added some Hot Springs reverb because, or talent as I like to call it, because it's just fun. And this is, like I say, what it sounds like straight out of the box. No tweaking whatsoever. There is some hum, some buzz. Apologies for that, but why not? I've talked about this before. I am not a metal player, so apologies. Like I said, I can't play my sugar, can't gent, do any of that stuff. But straight out of the box, it's just a massive sound. Just big, fat, but tight. All the gain that you could possibly need in that. And it cleans up great as well. So there we go. So that's snapshot one. Let's just run through the controls for you real quick. Boom, there we go. Should have stayed on that. So fairly kind of standard stuff. Drive is drive. The range on this drive. So this is, I think Nick Bell has done one of these streams on the difference between the drive and the master. So the drive is sort of preamp gain. The master is more power amp gain. So we've, you'll see when I go through some of the other snapshots, we've got a combination of sort of these cranked up and taken down and everything. Bass is bass. It's a huge range of bass on that, and it can go from really tight, still kind of there and bassy, to just, you know, unnecessary amounts. The mids, it's a really interesting and quite specific mid frequency. It's kind of more of a high mid than a low mid, and that works great. The treble and presence control, obviously, it's all your high end and your shimmer. These do work very, very differently. Kind of, they accentuate a lot more different frequencies than quite a few other amp models. Channel volume is just an overall kind of master volume that won't change your sound. The depth is just kind of girth, so you can really kind of thicken a tone out. So if you took the bass all the way off, you can still get a kind of a thick sound rather than it kind of weeding out, basically. And the power amp controls, again, there's a learning with line 6 on power amp controls, so go and check that out. I've changed the sag on, I think, one snapshot, but we'll have a look and we'll get into it. There's going to be a similar update for the Podgo. It's a recent Helix update. William, there will be updates for Podgo. I don't know what they are or when they're coming, unfortunately, but keep your eyes out. And there we go. Paul Butler is late. Where have you been, Paul? What amp is this? I missed the start. It's the Badonk. It is the Badonk. The mighty Badonk. And as soon as you're late, Paul, this is what it sounds like. This is totally stock. Sounds great. And my guitar keeps going out of tune because it's cold in here. Just fun. Just so much fun. Right. So that's the stock stuff. What I've done on snapshot 2. So you see what I've done with controls. So I've gone for, and you see I've labeled it, I've gone for more of a kind of an older kind of non-master volume Plexi-style kind of amp. And what I would kind of go with that, it's a little bit more brittle because it's not that amp circuit. So all of the ones I'm kind of trying to recreate sort of classic-ish tones with a single amp model. I've not, like I said, stock cab. I've not changed anything in snapshots with the cab or the mic. It's literally just the amp controls. So all the different tones are coming from there. I'm going to stick with the same guitar. But yeah, it's kind of more that vintage kind of British thing that I've gone for. It's not perfect, but it's a pretty good imitation. So I can even warm that up just a little bit more. Get that down. Yeah, that's even a little bit closer. Your ears change. I mean, let's just go back to the stock. You wouldn't think that that'd come out of the same amp model, but it does. So that's my kind of Plexi-ish sound. Sorry. There we go. That's better. Now the next one, I've gone for keeping in the British theme, kind of a Class A 2x12 combo, AC-ish, and that's a tough one because there's so many different reference tones for this. And I've gone with kind of just on the edge of breakup, but that kind of very solid. That kind of thing. I think that works. I think that absolutely works. Oh, this won't stay in tune tonight. Apologies, and I need to restring it. So it's got that kind of thing. And you kind of dig in, it crunches up. Now, if you wanted to make that even more authentic, you could use it, totally get in with the bias controls, make it more Class A or completely Class A if you want to. Like I said, I've just left it totally stuck on where it is, but again, I think that's a pretty good kind of thing. And John Cordy is in the house. Hello, my friend. Yeah, John Cordy knows how to play metal and jazz and all of the notes. And officially, because I don't think I've spoke to you, congratulations. Well done. The next one, again, let's just reference that original stock. And we're going to go to something totally different. You see by the snapshot name, Blackface. This is sort of where I've gone for as clean as I can get it, and very much a Blackface kind of thing. There's the stock. I've not nailed the levels on this, so forgive any kind of level differences, but that's all right. Like I said, my sugar to mayor. That's a really nice clean sound. I've got a couple of pedals in here as well, so I've put some chorus and delay on, because 80s you get that. really pretty clean sounds. From that. If I put the focus switch on, that's kind of more of a jazzy thing. That does a nice job as well. So that's my kind of Blackface thing. Check comments. She's on my lap now. Amazing. What cab are you using? The stock one, John. Let's put you on screen. John Cordy, everybody. Lovely man. Lovely, lovely man. Stock cab. So Cali V30 4x12. Stock mic. Everything's just default. Factory default. Again, like I said earlier, I could absolutely kind of go in and tweak that even further. I just wanted to see how far I could go with just the stock stuff. So there we go. So this is my JCM snapshot. Kind of a more modernish 80s. I'm a child of the 80s. Leave me alone. That kind of classic 80s rock JCM thing. So there's not a lot of low end. It's just very, very tight, very mid-focused, clear. And not a great deal of gain either. But some of these effects that I've got on, so I'll show you the ones I'm going to put on. I'm going to put the Stuper OD on, and I'm going to put the chorus on, and then you've got that. Just big noise. And that, yeah, that's what it does. It's got that kind of, JCMs have a very specific clang, is the only word I can use to describe it, and it does that. Put the stumps back on, and again, yeah, that. It does all that stuff really nicely. Now, right, so this, it's labeled fuzz. I've tried to get kind of a fuzz tone, essentially just that absolutely amp exploding kind of sound. There's a lot of noise on this, so I want to leave it on. Well, it's not too bad actually. So you see what I've done. Drive's all the way up, the master is all the way up, so it's kind of saggy. I've cranked there's a sag about there, no, wherever. Presence down, and it does that. Just that kind of, yeah, it's killer. I'm going to crank the gain a little bit, the channel volume. And yeah, I love it. Just super compressed, goodness. So that's the fuzz sound out of it. Right, this is a kind of a bit of fun. So kind of in the 90s, there was this fashion, not just the 90s, it's kind of been through the years, but there's a fashion of having a really small kind of pig nose or something like that. Really small sounding amp, and then switching to a big one. And it's great for an intro. And the only one I can kind of compare it to is if you remember that one, name that tune. But you kind of use that, and then you go to the big one. So that's just kind of a little bit of fun. And then the last one, kind of gone for a really small kind of tweed thing, quite bright. Kind of Motown. That kind of thing. And that's basically all the sounds. Like I said, I've put a couple of effects in there. So we'll go to the Plexi one. Put the Kinky Boost on. Or go to the JCM. No, let's go to the fuzz. Oh, Lord. Put the simple pitch on and the chorus. So that's just an octave below on the pitch. So on and so forth. Loads and loads of fun. Like I said, it's just kind of a starting block that you can mess around with and just have fun. George is tagging someone. Come on, George, and the other George. Join in. Have some fun. So, like I say, the Badonk is just an absolutely ludicrous model. You can get the most brutal of brutal, but you can get just shimmery, sparkly clean like that. And that is a great kind of pedal platform. So we go to the Stupa. And yeah, just a loads of fun that you can have with a single amp model. I did do another one of these where you can get kind of low gain or clean tones from unassuming amp models. I thought I'd do a bit of a deep dive, a bit play with the Badonk recently, and yeah, just having some fun with it. But go download the preset. It's at the top of the comments, first on the video, and I'll try and keep my eye on any questions that come through. But that's about it. Wish this was on YouTube. Then if I look at my phone, 17. Simon, it is on YouTube, and it will be there when I'm done. And it'll be on here as well. So yeah, anyone that's kind of come in late or missed the video, this will be live within the next minute or two. So yeah, you can absolutely go back and check it back out, listen to it through better monitors or whatever. Incidentally, this has all been programmed in my studio here, and I'm using a pair of Yamaha HS7 monitors, so that's my reference point. Whatever you're listening to, it should sound equally as good. But go download the preset, have some fun with it. Thank you so much for tuning in. We're going to do another one of these next week with, I think it's going to be Tony, but it might be Nick. Whoever's up, you're going to have a great time. Thank you so much, and we'll see you again soon.